The opening week of the regular season is finally here, so no doubt every player and fan is ready for this matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars here at Everbank Field.
Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. And Phil, it's the start of a whole new season. There's a sense of renewal in the air and all kinds of hope. And how do you feel about getting this season underway?
Jim, this is like Christmas, man. I go down there, open up a present. I have no idea what's inside that box, and that's what the coaches are thinking. They're not sure.
What is going on, guys? It is NoChainzz, and I'm back for another commentary, and we are here with Week 1 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And hopefully we can start off this season with a win, and we get a primetime game right off the bat. We only got about one of those, or maybe two, one of which was a Thursday night game, so not really true primetime last year. But this year we started off with a primetime game versus a perennial playoff contender in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their offensive line is pretty much the same. I'm really anxious to test out this defense, the 3-4 that we have now. And we have Casey Hampton, and we also have Kashawn Gray, our first-round draft pick. And a little note that I want to say is that I got Kashawn Gray because the guy that I was scouting, he wasn't there. I want to say I didn't even get any players that I scouted for the draft. I mean, it was just horrible. Every player that was projected to go where they were supposed to go went higher. So that kind of sucked. But, you know, I think I still had a pretty good draft. I got Matt Henderson, the guy who just received that punt. I also got Kashawn Gray. I got a cornerback. And I think I got an offensive lineman who turned out to be a 61 overall, which is really bad. So Kaepernick's going to throw his first attempt of the new season, and it is a 10-yard pass to Cecil Shorts. He is poised to have a breakout year because he definitely has more help on the other side of Justin Blackman, so that'll free up some room in the middle, which is where I like to go. And speaking of the help that he has, that is Randy Moss, and he is old and fragile as ever. I know in some connected careers he actually retires, but look at the sportsmanship by Polamalu, just flexing. And right in Randy Moss's face, and he's cramped up and walking up the field all crippled and whatnot. But yeah, we start off the season with a touchdown to our centerpiece of the offense, Maurice Jones-Drew. Hopefully he can pick up right where he left off. And by the way, I'm playing on these sliders. It is really balanced, 10-minute quarters, and it's really a challenge. It's a lot bigger of a challenge, but Paul Posluszny drops that pick right there. Could have picked it off and maybe taken it back for 6, but they don't have Mike Wallace anymore, so Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown are definitely the primary targets for this Steelers offense. And Ben Roethlisberger's back to pass, going to lob this one up to Antonio Brown. I was just talking about him for a 14-yard gain right there. And they're going to hand it off to Rashad Mendenhall, who is not expected to be back this year in real life due to something he did. I can't remember exactly what it was he did, but he did something, and I heard that the Steelers organization really wanted him out of there. But there's Antonio Brown again for his second reception for 13 yards. So this secondary not looking too strong right now, but we are, however, looking better against the run. It's just that Rashad Mendenhall just went beast mode on this one run, and I think these sliders really has that under control. You might get about one of those runs a game, but you really don't see him breaking off as many runs and breaking tons of tackles like they did last year. Ben Roethlisberger going to hit Scott on the right side, getting them down to about the 2-yard line, but it's going to be called back due to a holding penalty. But back to the sliders very briefly. On the last video of the season, which was the Super Bowl, I got a lot of comments about the difficulty, how I should raise the difficulty. Believe it or not, I did play that on all Madden. I mean, I don't expect you guys to think I'm lying because I don't have any reason to lie. But everybody knows if you play Madden, all Madden was really easy this year. It's just simple as that. They made it too easy. But at the same time, it can be hard sometimes due to the broken tackles that the computer gets that I was just talking about. But on these sliders, Kaepernick can't throw. And I believe the guy who made these said that they were really true to rating. So if I'm facing a team that's a lot worse than me, I do have a chance to exploit their weaknesses, and also any weaknesses that I have will be shown. Like Kaepernick, he cannot directional pass anymore. He can no longer do that. I can no longer hit that hole in the cover 2, which takes a big, chunk out of my game, which is what I do a lot, and it makes it harder for me. So those are the sliders I'm going to stick with. I'm going to have them in the description if you want to take a look at them yourself. Very balanced. I am tweaking them myself as far as like the quarter length. The sliders like themselves I did not change at all, but the quarter length that they're supposed to be played on I changed, and I think that's it really. But that's just the sliders. Like I said, I'm going to have them in the description if you want to take a look at them after this video. But back to the commentary, our rookie Matt Henderson is going to cut this one out to the outside with only one man to beat, and it's a linebacker, so he's going to outrun him. And in the offseason video, I did mention that he is like a Jordan Shipley clone, not only because he's white, not only because he can play the slot receiver, but he plays like him. Kick return is very solid, can go over the middle and catch those passes in traffic. This is very similar to Jordan Shipley, who previously played for us last season and is not with the team anymore. So I think he is a very good replacement. But our Super Bowl MVP, DeJuan Landry, is going to pick off Ben Roethlisberger right there. And that will give Kaepernick the ball back, who's going to scramble right here trying to get something done before halftime. But he is going to dive and fumble the football. And I really have no control over that. I know if you hold it, you'll dive. And if you tap it, he'll slide. But for some reason, he did not slide on that one. And Derek Cox, very solid cornerback, playing on the left side, picked off that pass right there. Kaepernick getting the ball right back. So a couple of turnovers, 3 turnovers, not simultaneously, but one right after another. And Kaepernick is back to pass. Saw Cecil Shorts wide open, but could not get to him. They would get the ball back and just kneel on it before halftime. And they get the ball back. They're going to hit Jericho Cotchery on a clutch third down right there. Ben Roethlisberger having a very, very rough start to the season. He's going to find Emmanuel Sanders, who has been balling on us all day. 3rd reception for 89 yards, and they're going to toss it out with the fake fullback right there. And he's going to get the first down right there. So 73 rush yards, even though we're not stopping the run too effectively, but we're still holding them down, not letting them get too many big plays. Every yard that he's getting, he's fighting for it. But can't say the same for Maurice Jones-Drew. He's just getting wide open holes on the right side. He's going to get down to the 10-yard line. So the age of this Steelers defense is really showing. They haven't really picked up anybody, but Justin Blackmon, our reigning best wide receiver in the league last year, dropped that touchdown pass right there. And we are leading this game. I haven't mentioned the score in a few minutes, but we are leading in this game 24-9, and they're going to try to score right here. 3rd down and 6. Roethlisberger back to pass, trying to scramble. He's going to be sacked eventually by Darryl Smith. We decided to bring him back because he is our best overall linebacker. And look at the blocking that Maurice Jones-Drew is getting. It's just no contest. He's not breaking any tackles. He's just getting really big holes, and he is going to take this one for the touchdown. And like I said, he is our best player on this team. That's why I put such an emphasis on getting him touches, whether it's in the running or passing game. But we lead 31-9 with 2 minutes left. He's going to find Antonio Brown across the middle. I'm sorry. I'm so used to him passing to Emmanuel Sanders. But 17-31 here is the score, and he's just going to lob one deep. I try to pick it off, play it really, really bad. But that's going to end the game right there. They tried to rally at the end, but it was not enough. So Paul Henry and his modified Jaguars start off their Super Bowl defense campaign with a win in primetime versus the somewhat old, not somewhat old, just very old Pittsburgh Steelers. Only 6 completions for Kaepernick. Our run game definitely carried us, and if our run game isn't there, we probably won't win too many games. So we have to keep that consistent. And Maurice Jones-Drew is picking up right where he left off in the Super Bowl with over 240 yards. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.